Two cars pull into the same office parking lot every morning. One is a leased BMW 3 Series, freshly washed, with custom rims. The other is a 2015 Honda CR-V with a dent on the rear passenger door. Everyone in the office assumes the BMW belongs to the senior person. They assume the Honda belongs to someone earlier in their career, maybe still paying off student loans. They are wrong about both. Same age, same job title, same paycheck deposited on the 15th of every month, down to the dollar. The BMW driver has $3,200 in checking, $11,400 in a 401k, and $28,000 in credit card debt. The Honda driver has $267,000 in retirement accounts, $44,000 in a brokerage account, and zero consumer debt. Same paycheck, same office. One of them is 27 times wealthier than the other. And almost nobody at that company can tell which is which. This isn't a video about being cheap. It isn't about giving up things you enjoy. This is about a specific mathematical pattern that runs invisibly through every American workplace, and the reason the people quietly winning at money in this country almost always look like the people losing at it. Once you see what's actually happening in that parking lot, you cannot unsee it, not in your office, not in your neighborhood, not in your own mirror. Thomas Stanley and William Danko spent 2 decades studying actual American millionaires, not the ones in magazines, the ones living in regular houses. Their research found that the median price an American millionaire pays for their car is $31,367, not Mercedes money, Toyota and Honda and Ford money. An Experian study confirmed it from a different angle. 61% of Americans earning over $250,000 a year drive Hondas, Toyotas, or Fords. Meanwhile, 8% of Americans earning under $100,000 own luxury vehicles. They're financing $60,000 cars on $50,000 salaries. One group looks wealthy. The other group actually is wealthy. These are almost never the same people. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why the Americans quietly building real wealth almost always look like they're losing at it. Why every dollar that signals success to a stranger is a dollar mathematically deleted from your future, and what the numbers actually say about which person in your office is going to retire at 58 versus 72. A 2025 Empower Millionaire survey found that 62% of everyday millionaires still budget, still shop deals, still avoid extravagant lifestyles even after crossing the $1 million threshold. The habits that built the wealth are the same habits that protect it. Here's the part most people get wrong. They think the difference between someone broke at 35 and someone secure at 35 is the salary. It isn't. The salary tells you the ceiling. It does not tell you the floor. The floor is decided by 3 small decisions that compound so brutally over 25 years, they create entirely different lives on entirely identical paychecks. Decision 1. The car. The leased BMW costs $620 a month, every month, forever, as long as the lease cycle keeps renewing. The paid-off Honda costs $0. That's $620. Invested at a 7% average return over 25 years, becomes approximately $470,000. Not because the Honda owner did anything heroic, because they let math do its job in the background. Decision 2. Every raise. The first person takes every raise straight into a lifestyle upgrade. A bigger apartment, a nicer car when the lease ends, a more expensive vacation. The salary grows, the savings rate stays at 0. The second person splits every raise, half into the new lifestyle, half into investments before they ever see it. Over 25 years of raises, the gap between these two patterns isn't measured in tens of thousands of dollars. It's measured in millions. Decision 3. The 401k. The first person contributes 3%, just enough to feel like they're doing something. The second contributes 18%, taken off the top before the paycheck ever lands. Over a 30-year career at a $94,000 salary, with average market returns, the difference between 3 and 18% is roughly $900,000. On the same salary, with the same employer, from the same payroll system. Years of watching ordinary American paychecks build extraordinary fortunes revealed this pattern over and over. The ones who got there quietly were almost never the ones the office expected. There are two specific people who can teach this math better than any spreadsheet ever could. One of them is going to feel uncomfortably familiar. Jake is 32. He grew up in a working-class family outside Detroit. His father was a foreman at a parts plant, topped out at $58,000 after 31 years. When Jake's first real salary landed, $79,000 straight out of his MBA, he could already see what success was supposed to look like. The leased BMW came 8 months in. The downtown apartment followed at the first promotion. The watch came at the second. The vacation in Tulum was financed at 0% introductory APR because the math seemed fine in that moment. The math always seems fine in the moment. His take-home is roughly $5,200 a month. His fixed costs before he eats a single meal sit at $4,800. The lease, the rent, the insurance on a premium vehicle, the subscriptions he barely uses, the gym he visits twice a month. $400 of breathing room before food, before gas, before anything unplanned. His Instagram is immaculate. His financial reality almost dropped below zero last Tuesday when his card declined twice on a $400 dental charge before clearing on the third try. Nobody in the office knows that part. They see the BMW. They see the watch. They see the performance Jake has spent 8 years building for them to see. Sarah sits 2 desks down. She's 34, same title, same paycheck, same year-end bonus every year, since they both started in 2020. But her coworkers have never quite figured her out. The Honda. The lunch she packs every Sunday night for the week. The fact that she's never once joined the team's $80 per head Friday happy hour. Her husband, a nurse at a regional hospital, drives an even older car than she does. They assume she's careful with money because she has to be. They have it backwards. Sarah maxes her 401k at 18%. The money leaves the paycheck before she sees it. Her Roth IRA gets the full contribution every January, the moment the tax year opens. Her brokerage absorbs whatever's left after the mortgage on a modest 3-bedroom in a suburb. Nobody in the office considers glamorous. The mortgage will be gone when she's 46. Her kids' college funds are at $73,000 and growing every month. At the water cooler last week, a coworker told her she should really upgrade her car because she makes the same as Jake. Sarah smiled and said nothing. There was nothing she could explain in 30 seconds that would have made sense to someone watching the wrong number. Project this forward 15 years on the exact same paycheck, and the gap doesn't shrink. It accelerates. By age 49, Sarah's portfolio crosses $1.8 million. The mortgage is gone. The kids' college is fully funded. She has options most of her coworkers cannot imagine. Jake, on the current trajectory, hits 50 with $84,000 in retirement, a lease he doesn't own, a credit card balance that has outlived 3 of his BMWs, and the slow realization that he can never actually stop working. Same office, same paychecks. 20 years apart in mathematical destiny. So when you look around your own office, your own neighborhood, your own family, and you try to guess who's actually winning at this, ask yourself one harder question. Would you rather look like the answer or be the answer? Because those are not the same goal. They have never been the same goal. The first one cost you everything. The second one quietly hands you the freedom the first one was supposed to provide. Every dollar spent to impress a coworker who will never pay your bills is a dollar mathematically subtracted from your 58-year-old self. The security nobody can see sleeps better at night than the car everybody admires in the parking lot. 15 years from now, the BMW will be a memory, and 3 leases ago. The Honda might still pull into the same parking lot, maybe pushing 250,000 miles. One of those 2 people will be quietly running the numbers on early retirement. The other will be checking restaurant prices and pretending it's a phase. Nobody in the office will know which is which, but the brokerage statements will know. The math always knows. And here's the part most people never see coming. The higher your income climbs, the more invisible this trap becomes. There's a specific reason Americans pulling in $200,000 a year are quietly the most financially fragile demographic in the country. That's the next conversation. Subscribe so the algorithm sends it your way when it drops. Looking rich is the most expensive habit in America. Looking ordinary is the loudest secret nobody seems to want to hear.